G'day friends, and welcome to week 4 of Robbie and myself showcasing a DSP throughout the month of June. So this week I'll be showcasing or creating cards with the Let's Go Fishing DSP. This is another DSP that's on sale this month. So I thought perfect time to showcase it. Now I don't have the bundle, but I thought we'd play without the bundle and see what we can come up with. So I'll grab our kit. So our base card is Pebbled Path. So we're just going to score along the scored line with the bone folder. Now this will probably be about 5-minute card, but you know it's going to be pretty easy. So we'll grab our kit. I've got a piece of Very Vanilla. I've got another piece which we're going to stick inside, and we'll do that now. I've already added a piece of scrap DSP down the side, or you could stamp your piece of Very Vanilla if you wanted to, but I always use scraps of DSP that tends to be left over. Okay, so that's the inside done. So each Sunday, Tuesday and Thursday, Robbie and myself, Robbie from Creations in Paper and myself, share with you a video tutorial on papers. This week we've been using the same papers, but this week we've gone a little bit rogue and we've just chosen the papers that we want to use. Okay, so if you click onto my blog, which the link is below, there will be a tutorial on my blog which includes the list of supplies, the measurements in A4 imperial and metric, as well as letter size. Okay, and there'll also be a link to Robbie's blog as well. So all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to randomly chop this DSP into 2 pieces. I love to chop my DSP, so that's what I've done. And I've grabbed a piece of Pebbled Path again, and we're just gonna stick this piece to there, and we're gonna stick this piece, and I've done the Pebbled Path too wide, so we'll chop that off, and we're just gonna stick that piece to there, and we're gonna match up the pattern in our paper. Okay, so we'll just chop this off a bit. It's better to be too wide or too narrow, than too narrow. Let's see how we go now. See if that fits before we stick it together. That's a little bit better. I tend to leave narrow borders. It's up to you. You can leave your border as long as wide as you like, but I just do the narrow border. So we're going to stick this down. That's still matching. Yeah. So the piece of Pebbled Path is the same length as our DSP. Okay, you can have a border along the top and the bottom. It just means you've got to trim your DSP a little bit shorter. And I'd probably do about 1/8 of an inch, which is about about 0.8 or 9 centimetres, I think. So, I know 1/8 is about 0.3, I think, sorry. Putting you on a bum steer there. So we're just making sure that our DSP is all matched up. It's a little bit off, but not going to make much difference. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim that Actually, what I might do is grab another piece. Just bear with me. I just don't like those borders, so just bear with me. We're just going to fix that border up, eh? So what I do, if it's like that, I tend to chop the borders, okay, one way, then I'll chop my border the other way. Doesn't matter if you chop a little bit of the DSP off. So that's about hopefully this works. And then hopefully, yeah, this was supposed to be a 5-minute card, wasn't it? That's better. All I've done then is I've left the border about 1/8 of an inch. Just grab my scissors. I want to trim this off here. So you can't see any of the Pebbled Path down the sides except for along the two pieces, which is what we want. And as I said, it doesn't matter if you chop a little bit of your DSP off. It's not going to make any difference. Just adjust your layer of cardstock. And that's it there. It's a good way of adding a little bit of depth to instead of using Stampin' Dimensionals. If you wanted to, you could add another layer and then pop it up. It'll make it pop up even that little bit extra. I'm just going to trim this off here, make it nice and straight. And what we're going to do is we're going to stick this piece, that's not straight. If I don't fix it, I know it's going to annoy me. So just bear with me. That's better. Then we're going to stick this piece to our piece of Berry Vanilla. Now if you wanted to, you could pop this piece up, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it because it's already popped up with that little bit of extra cardstock. And we're going to line this up with our grid paper. Whoops, that's right. I've got a border, haven't I? Just like that. Okay. And I don't know whether you can see that, but you can, when you look at it, you can see that it is raised a little bit with that extra piece of cardstock on the back. So that's another handy tip, you know, if you don't want to use your dimensionals or your adhesive sheets, just add a couple of layers of cardstock on the back. Now, if you wanted to, you could have randomly stamped this with an image or images, but I'm just going to leave it as is. You could also emboss this now that it's done, or you can emboss it beforehand, but I'm just going to leave it like it is. Because it's a mail card, I tend to leave my cards fairly simple and easy. So we're just going to put that onto our base card, which is Pebbled Path. Just like that. Then I've die cut a shape from Very Vanilla using the Nested Essentials dies. So I've used this one here, the biggest one, okay, and we're going to stamp our sentiment from from Kindest Expressions, and I'm going to use Oh Happy Day. Now we're going to stamp this in Old Olive. I just wanted to bring in another colour, just to pop it a little bit. That's all. You could use the Pebbled Path again if you wanted to. Boho Blue's another one. Probably Misty Moonlight. Just needs re-inking. Oops. Just press down too much then. That should be okay. Okay, so we're just going to bring this down. I'll stamp onto here first so that I know it's nice and straight. Yep. I'll just ink this up again, not pressing as hard, even though it does need re-inking. And I'll just bring this down here so it might be out of eyesight for a little bit. And that's it. Okay. Then I grabbed a piece of Old Olive cardstock and I began rounded the corners with the corner round punch, and for the life of me, do you think I can find it? I've put it somewhere within the last 5 minutes or just before I started this, and I can't find it. So it'll pop up when I clean up. So we're just gonna stick this to the piece of Old Olive, just to add a little bit of colour. Again, you could add, you could have made this Pebbled Path if you wanted to, and just keep it the two colours. Sometimes a third colour is good. It gives it a bit of a pop. And what we're going to do now is stick this to there, like that. Okay, and I'm gonna pop this up. Now, what we might do, because I've added that extra layer, I'm thinking we grab a piece of old olive, just bear with me, I'm just getting scraps here if I can find a scrap. Oh, I knew I had scraps. And what we're going to do, because of that extra layer there that we've done, we're going to add a piece down the side. And that way, when we put our dimensionals on, it's going to be a little bit more even. Okay, so we're just going to make sure so it's this side. So all I've done is cut a bit of scrap cardstock. Now if you laid 2 pieces, you would put 2 pieces of this down the side. Okay. And what that will do, that's bordered in line height ways, and then we're gonna add a few dimensionals. Dimensionals won't be even when we put them down onto this shape, but when we put it to our card, they will be even. There you go, look at that magic. And then what we're going to do is add a few dimensionals, and I'm thinking I did fussy cut a fish out from one of the pieces of DSP. It's actually this piece here. There's all different shapes and colours of fish. I'm thinking we might just stick that there, eh? I'll just put that there, I think. No, let's leave it off, eh? And we'll just put our in coloured dots. So we're just going to add a few of the Pebbled path in colour dots to our card. One there. A little large one. Medium one. And we'll do a small one. And I think that's all we'll need. Put these away. It's a pretty colour, this Pebble path. Them away so we don't lose them. And that is our card for our first card for this week with the Let's Go Fishing DSP. Now, as I said, Robbie will be showcasing a DSP on her blog, so be sure to click on the link below to my blog and I'll have a link to Robbie's blog. Okay, and don't forget, if you wanted the PDF tutorial, click on the link on my blog, and you'll be able to download your tutorial with the measurements, list of supplies, a link to this video, plus the step-by-step instructions. Okay, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you Tuesday. Okay, enjoy your day. See ya. All right.